Tomato ketchup has been an inseparable part of our day-to-day meals. Can you imagine relishing those crispy fries without a bowl of tomato ketchup? But do you know that this sweet-sour sauce was first invented as medication and not as a condiment? The history of ketchup is hard to pin down. However, food experts and scholars believe that its origin can be traced back to China, wherein it was known as ketchup or ketchup, which was basically a fish sauce. This fermented sauce was made from fish innards and soybeans. Also, it was salty and had a pungent smell. By 1736, the sauce had some more twists in the recipe. People started making it by boiling stale beer and some anchovies, which were fermented and later relished as a sauce. Then this recipe went through further changes when sailors took it to England. There, it went through several other experiments. But the first known, published tomato ketchup recipe appeared in 1812, written by scientist and horticulturalist James Mees, who is also credited with inventing tomato-based ketchup. In the 1830s, tomato ketchup used to be sold as a medicine, claiming to cure ailments like diarrhea, indigestion, and jaundice. The idea was first proposed by Dr. John Cook Bennett, an American physician, in 1834, who was said to sell the recipe later in form of tomato pills. Back then, tomatoes used to be found in a flower pot rather than on a dinner plate. Gardeners would grow ornamental tomatoes because they thought these looked interesting. But few thought to actually eat them. However, once Dr. Bennett's pills hit the market, claiming medicinal properties of tomatoes, brigades of copycats began selling their own tomato-based pills, initiating a tomato pill war. Unfortunately, some of these copycats simply sold laxatives with no trace of tomatoes. They also made wild claims that their pills could cure everything from scurvy, a condition caused by vitamin C deficiency, to brittle bones. Due to these false claims, the ketchup medicine empire collapsed in 1850. The end of tomato pills didn't mean that the product as a whole went away, though. Decades later, in 1876, Henry Heinz, an American entrepreneur, came up with today's version of tomato ketchup by creating it with ripe tomatoes, distilled vinegar, brown sugar, salt, and a variety of spices. This recipe gained traction as a non-medicinal condiment and was first introduced as catsup in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.